2021. I am Who Can, Cal Can.
It's your boy DJ Original. What's going down?
And Free Game Season 2. Have a lot to digest. I know y'all guys miss us. I miss y'all. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe now if you haven't already. We definitely miss you guys. Couldn't wait to get back on this platform to get with y'all. But man, welcome to 2021. We here now. COVID free. Well, not COVID free yet, but you know what I'm saying?
We know how to move with it.
Exactly.
We know how to operate.
Exactly, man. So, what's up, bro? What you been on, man?
Man, it's been a lot going on lately, man. Excuse the little drink, but it's been a lot, man. I will say I'm blessed to be able to make it to this point. I got a lot of new things that I'm doing in 2021. Like I hope everybody else has, man. I have used 2020 to go to the next level in terms of my mindset, in terms of my investments, in terms of my business, in terms of, you know, the way that I'm living my life, in terms of my health. So, I mean, we'll dive into a bunch of those tonight, and I do want to talk about them because I'm hoping that y'all, if y'all tuning in, man, y'all are doing the same thing because we living in a good time, bro.
Yeah, facts.
I know it's COVID, but it's so much that I think with the gems we're going to give them today, they're going to realize we really living in a good time.
Yeah, and to me, as far as I go, boy, as far as to what your point of what you just said, bro, like, it's been a learning curve for all of us. I think that this year alone, you know, I just been working, doing other things, silently doing other little plays here and there. But for the most part, bro, like, I just been, you know what I'm saying, been grinding, bro. Like, I work a lot. So, like, you know, it hasn't really changed. And like you said, I'm blessed. I've was able to maintain my career the whole year. So I didn't have no
lapse in income.
I didn't have no like layoffs. I didn't get fired. I didn't, you know, so I've been still living my same life.
Yeah.
For the most part, you know, obviously moving different with COVID and everything like that. But, and like you said, as we get into this conversation tonight, it's more or less just like, what opportunities did we embrace? What things that we learned? Where did we go? What things are we looking forward to, etc., man? So just a status check in. How you feeling? How you healthy?
I'm blessed, man. I'm so focused just on learning as much as I can. My dad's good.
Yeah.
My mom's good.
Yeah.
Y'all know I don't have no children. You hear the dogs in the back, they good.
Those are the children.
So that's really all I'm focused on. I really got a little bit more selfish, and that's probably weird because I'm naturally kind of a selfish person. But on a positive note, you really got to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
And since I ain't been able to travel, I ain't been able to do a lot of things that I'm normally doing, I really took this time to reflect and really focus on.
Do you necessarily think being selfish is a bad thing, though?
No, and that's why I kind of said it the way I said, because it's a positive and a negative way to look at it. I think you're selfish if, you know, you got $100,000 and you ain't your daddy over there.
Yeah.
So I mean selfish more and with my time.
Yeah.
So like, whereas like literally this year, you probably won't know because you're not really thinking about that. But I literally have went out. If I wasn't DJing, I went out. I can count on two hands how many times I went out in this whole year. Just for leisure.
Yeah.
The rest of the time I've been out, I have been worked or I've been paid.
Yeah.
In my free time, I'm studying. I don't watch TV no more. We getting into the podcast early. So before I even get into that, let's check in with Cal. But
hey, bro, I'm good, man. Rest in peace to my auntie. I lost my auntie like a month ago now. That was pretty rough. Outside of that, bro. Just been really staying in tune with my family, just like you. Like I've actually had an appreciation for family more, because, you know, even though my auntie didn't pass away due to COVID, it was more or less just appreciating my family, knowing how much I want to embrace my family, how much I want to be an influential piece in my family's life. Like, I want to bring my legacy. I spent a lot of time with my daughter this past year. This was my first year having my little standard custody situation. So I had her for 30 days over the summer. That was a first.
Yeah,
I had her for the week of Christmas. That was the first. Thanksgiving, like, we worked that out. But I'm just enjoying the fact that this COVID made you actually sit down with your family a lot more.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
during that time, I was inviting my mom and her husband over for like little spade nights, and we'd just play spades and have those dinner conversations where we just checking in with each other, like, so how was work this week? How was, and everybody just keeping the status on each other, because, you could get lost becoming not your selfish, but just working.
Yeah.
You could get detached.
You could forget what's important.
Yeah, bro, you could get detached real fast. And if I was working the way I was working, like going into the office, I would still remain detached, right? Because I'm not seeing my mom as much. I'm not seeing my family.
Can't have it for 30 days.
Exactly. I would have to be working and stuff. So me being able to work from home, it allowed me to actually just sit back and, like you say, just to have a clear mind and looking at different opportunities and things of that nature. And I believe I did my just due with dropping gems or personal gems in my natural life habitat. So like when the stocks was all down and people was needing to buy in, or I was very information, like I had a lot of information about that stuff, so I was giving it out, telling people like, hey, look, you need to look into this, you need to look into that, etc. We had these talks before, bro, but as far as like where I'm at now, man, I believe my mental is healthy. I just opened up my membership over here on the east side with Miss Gloria. Shout out to Xavier, Paul Fisher.
You ain't in Lifetime no more?
Nah, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. So this is the thing. This is what happened. So the Lifetime thing happened like this.
Lifetime Fitness for one. That's
Lifetime Fitness. So yeah.
Membership.
And mind you, I was still paying for it probably about 2 months ago, and when I think it was something about I got hooked on something regarding like just supporting people, bro. Like actually supporting my people, like black people.
Instead of.
And I'm like, bro, this gym, Miss Gloria, may not have all the amenities of a Lifetime, but if enough people go there,
she can get them.
She can attain those amenities. She could probably build a pool over there. She could do more things if we support, or if people knew about it. And where I come in as a person, just in my natural habitat, if I'm a part of something, I'm able to promote that black business. I'm like, make sure y'all go to Miss Gloria. She doing $20 a month. And for me, it's more feasible because now that I'm working from home, I ain't got to drive all the way on 281.
Right.
I could just darn near take a bike right around the corner, go to her gym, come right back home, and work from home. So shout out to Miss Gloria, $20 a month, a black-owned business right here on WW White on the east side. So if you're not afraid of the east side, I would tell you, just come through. It's a real established
just spend your money black.
Exactly.
And I do think that's a much better segue into the game. Checking in with us. I ain't want to leave Cal story out because bro got a lot of good going on too. I think that's a good segue now into the real gems now, the real game, which is first, you heard that man talk about family and being a father. Like, it's too many fathers out here that, you know what I mean? I don't see him. I'm not real close to him.
Yeah.
I see you doing your thing, and you my boy.
Yeah.
But I look out at others, and there's so many fathers that aren't doing the job.
Right.
So before we get into business and before we get into finance and just being cool and having a good personality and character, you take care of your responsibilities. You can't be good. We can't give you game if you're not healthy. We can't give you game if you're not taking care of home place. We can't give you game if you're not taking care of foundation.
Yeah, and that's a fact though, because not even just on the father tip, it's almost like you can't. Like I said last year in a like an Instagram story, like if you didn't prepare for 2021, when 2021 comes, you can't just sit here and be like, oh, I'm this new person. This is the new year, new me. I'm in this new box. I'm in this new bag. I'm in this new environment. Like, stop it, right? Like, just stop it. Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself and let yourself know, like, things have to be prepared. Things have to, you have to be working towards 2021. When you saw 2020 just go to shit, you got to start preparing yourself immediately. Like, all right, I can't have no job that is not essential. I can't, because if something were to happen like this again, I'm going to get laid off, or I'm not going to be able to work. If you in the night business and you knew that they were shutting down bars, well, look, what other piece can I put in place where if I did miss a check from the nightlife, I'll still be able to get a bag in the daytime.
Did you switch up? Did you change or adapt?
Did you adapt?
And I'd say, I guess you couldn't be ahead of 2020. Yeah. You had to just experience that.
You had to.
But now that teaches you to be ahead of the next pandemic. Because we see now, you know what I mean? And again, we're going to keep it positive. Yeah. There's always a negative and positive thing to it. But without getting too negative, we see that we got a lot to learn and grow. Yeah. Not only as Americans, but as a collective, as a worldwide. So with that being said, moving on to some game and the type of game that I think me and him are familiar with is if you did not come up in 2020, let me tell you something.
What were you doing?
Let me tell you something. Not in the sense where you lost your job, so you were struggling through that. But if you didn't come up in other ways in 2020, you have missed out.
And it tells a lot about yourself.
You have missed out. So I hope you either one are, stamping your approval on that, or you're saying that won't happen to me again. Because if you look at what happened, 2020 was one of the best years in history for the market. 2020 stimulus packages, money's rolled out into people's pockets if you were prepared and set up for it. Now we'll get into it deeper, but let me just tell y'all, if you lost in 2020, don't ever let that happen again. 2020 was one of my best year-to-date income years, period. Now that was because we did have to adapt. That's because we did use a little stock market. But listen, we here today to give y'all some game on 2021 because it's gone.
But don't be apologetic for it, because going back to the selfishness part. You gotta take care of yourself. And if you knew that you had bills, you had rent, you had all of these things that weren't gonna stop. They didn't stop asking you for your rent money. They didn't stop charging you for the water.
Well, they did.
That you're using.
Mugs ain't paying their rent. But if you want to keep that house, you
know what I'm saying? Because the time is coming. The time is coming. Because I was just hearing somebody else had like an outstanding bill. I know AT&T for the most part. We started charging people probably about a month ago. Like if you weren't paying,
it's coming.
We allowed people to take like
forbearance is about to be over.
Stuff like that. The time is coming where that time that you spent just racking up these bills and stuff like that is going to come. So you got to make sure you're prepared. You got to make sure you were doing what you were supposed to be doing. But like I said, not being apologetic of it. Like say 2020 was a year of experience, but also a year of responsibility, of seeing who you were. It's almost like going to college for the first time. When you go to college for the first time, you're not actually prepared for it, but the stuff and the experiences that you learned as a child and through your parents was now about to be put to the test. Like, is this boy gonna go to class? Is he not going to be failing?
Boy,
like, it's your responsibility now to now take care of thyself and make sure that you're able to matriculate through college. And that's exactly what 2020 was. If you were an adult and you got hit and, unfortunately you lost your job or you wasn't able to continue working, etc., did you go Uber? Did you have a car? Because Uber was still going.
Did you figure anything out?
Exactly. So,
or did you sit around complaining?
And that's not what this podcast is.
We're not talking to we trying to talk to people that really want the game. Right. Because starting with the basics, like my man just said, at the end of the day, take care of the basics. Take care of the basics. But let's get into the first game that I think is important. If you don't own a business in 2021, you have not learned anything from 2020. Okay, we'll talk about the stocks a little later because it's a little bit more complex. The stocks require you to do some research. They require you to kind of do some formulas. You got to put in some things and do some, you got to get your education piece right. But the LLC, but the sole proprietor, the business, what I learned through this year is that if you do not own a business, you will not be financially free. Your tax breaks. Look at all these stimulus packages. Y'all was worried about the stimulus check. But the real money came into the small businesses. And you better look. First of all, small businesses consider any business with less than 300 employees. So you got a lot of multi-million-dollar businesses that cashed out on the PP, on the PP loans and the small business loans. Because look, they're going to do what's best for them. So without going too far myself, trying to throw it back to you, what is the importance of owning a business?
But, bro, and that's what I'm saying. There's so much to get into But even not only just business, you're now seeing the brand piece. What is your brand? Do you even own your brand in terms of who you are as a person? Your Instagram name, your Twitter name. All of these things can be owned, right? And then can be sold.
Yeah. Facts.
People like I was watching one of my mentors, Justin the lawyer, on Instagram. Y'all should follow him. He goes, when we was doing IJustGotHit.com, we had already had the business years before Instagram and social media had hit. When social media had hit, I go to put I Just Got Hit in the Instagram bar, and it was already took. So I Just Got Hit was already took. So he was like, we had to adjust. Like, we have a multi-million-dollar law firm in the state of Texas. We need to get that name. Like, that's our name.
We're going to have the same problem with Free Game the podcast.
Exactly. And so, therefore, So he was like, nah, we went and researched it. I went and found out who had the name. Hit him up.
What you got to do. You pay him off.
Exactly. That's exactly what he did. But my point is, do you own your brand? Whatever your Instagram name is, whatever your thought is, the moment you think of a thought, you need to go get a patent on it. If you can, a LLC on it, like whatever you could do to make sure that it is yours. Because you don't know what can be worth whatever once that time comes.
Perfect segue into why I think owning a business is important.
Yeah.
Calvin talking about that brand. He talked about that legacy piece.
Yeah.
He talked about the ability to be able to have something that's yours.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking on common sense. See, that's game. What I'm telling you right now is common sense.
Yeah.
If you did not own a business, you didn't take advantage of stimulus outside of the little individual money they gave you.
Yeah.
They gave businesses up to $10,000 and even more in extra loans that have low interest rates later. So many loans to small businesses. The reason why Donald Trump's paying $750 in taxes is because he got all his money wrapped up in LLCs, wrapped up in corporations that he can now take tax breaks from, allowing him to free up his normal income. So his taxable income can now be lowered because all his money is funneling through businesses. Yep. They're not funneling through you work at Dollar General or you work as a teacher or you're an entrepreneur. Go get an LLC, run your business correctly. Let's not be, ignorant our whole life. And now you can take tax breaks, you can take deductions, and you can start to make your money work for you in the way that I'm doing.
And to the people that think he is speaking a foreign language, it's called financial literacy, which we're not taught. So therefore, not even just black people, just brown people in general, the Trumps of the world, those families of the world, they're taught financial literacy at a young age. What LaRon's telling you is every word that you do not know, and this is something that David Gossi taught me. If you're reading a book, every word that you do not understand in that book, you need to go define.
You need to be looking it up.
You need to go define.
Right there.
So everything that he said, you need to go define and make sure that you understand what an LLC is. What exactly he's talking about sole proprietor and tax deductions and tax breaks. Like, if you don't have a actual understanding on what all of those things are, go do some research. Go educate yourself about it. Because we're not telling you to go get an LLC. You don't even know the first level of where do I even go get it. You need to go educate yourself on those things. To your point about people owning things in 2021, bro, let me first say this. Let me give love to everybody that did do one. Because and I'm not saying that Free Game the podcast was a trendsetter, because there were podcasts before us. Right, but I did start seeing multiple multiple podcasts with the same, or not even the same content, more or less, but more or less just I saw a lot of my mutual friends start getting involved in those things. And shout out to y'all, like, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that y'all are, using your platform to be able to then exercise whatever your content may be. But shout out to all the people that's winning. Shout out to all the people that did win in 2020. But to his point, if you did go on something, congratulations to you. Like, I'm proud of you. You don't fail. Don't take no L's. All dubs. You're gonna take some L's, but make sure there are more dubs than there are L's. But congratulations to you for sure. But I want to also say I'm proud of this guy. In 2020, this man, I'm gonna tell you.
Appreciate it.
So we're not making excuses at all, at any means. But I will tell you, in 2020, COVID, in terms of how that affected us, I would say me, and with this podcast, it was more or less our schedule started like, because this man right here was getting busy. He was busy and booked. I was working 12 to 9, so it's kind of hard to schedule times and dates for us to give y'all the content. But I want to say, my man, 2020, my man was going in. And to anybody that disagrees, then you just wasn't watching the right thing.
And they don't want to check the income statement. Because the numbers don't lie.
And don't hate. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't be one of those. We don't need to go into 2021 hating. It's all love. But yeah, bro, I want to give you your flowers. You definitely was hustling. I saw it personally. I lost my best friend for a couple of months, you know what I'm saying? But we locked in enough to know every time we lock in, we lock in. But hey, my man was busy.
I appreciate that. And I don't get flowers from nobody. I appreciate that.
If nobody said that you were doing your thing in 2020, bro, I'm here to tell you, bro, you were doing your thing, bro. If I had a drink, I'd cheers to you, my brother. But yeah, and my man was winning.
Let me tell you what I learned from it, though.
Yeah.
The funny thing that I learned from this year, and this is not about boasting, because guys, I work my tail off.
Yeah, for sure.
When I tell y'all, I might have had one free day off, and even in that day, I had a gap where I had to put in work. Like literally, I have been working. So what I mean to tell y'all is, not only does the work get you where you want to be, but what I will tell you is, through as much work as I put in, I've learned how to not work so much.
Yeah.
That's why I'm getting so learned, and I'm studying so much now, and I'm hanging around different people now, because I'm learning now that you ain't even got to really work that hard.
Yeah, you don't.
See, I'm a hustler. I come from the streets. I never really had nothing. You know what I mean? And we all know what the streets mean. If you ain't come from Beverly Hills or the plantation, we out here getting it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's all I can equate money to.
Yeah.
But now I realize, the stock, the real estate, the podcast, I can create something one time and get paid off this forever. You know what I mean? So outside of kind of the sweat equity I put in, which I want to speak to those people, keep on working, because you got to work until you learn that game to where you ain't got to learn no more.
Yeah, for sure.
But what I will say is, I'm transitioning. All the work I put in this year really transitioned me into now learning, because I did so much, and because I said I got to free up my time.
Yeah.
Because we wasn't doing a podcast because we couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it from this time to this time no more. So I've learned now, and I'm learning, and it's a continue. I'm learning how to make my money make money, and really not even having to do no work now.
Yeah, and
systems.
But that's from a person that's been working, like a person that's been hustling.
And I had to do that in order to.
But like you said again, why we created this was because you're not talking to two people that just are not doing anything, right? So like, we are doing things, like you're seeing us vividly, like doing a lot, and a lot of people may ask, like, dang, LeRon, like, we don't have time, or you may not have time for certain things because, if you're not paying me, I think, I want to quote you a couple of years ago, because Yasmin used it in a podcast, when you said your time is something. I think you said your time. I be saying a lot of stuff. No, bro, Yasmin said it. You said your time. I think you said your time is, it's not, it wasn't that it was allocated. It was more or less like something basically saying, like, I can't make time for anything that isn't like paying me or giving me peace. But it was more, I'm gonna find it, but
I know what you mean. I done missed it too, but you're correct.
But bro,
that's the most important thing.
With working, I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, because I don't know, like this, for the past 4 months, I've been using this word, I want to overexhaust myself. Like, I want to actually put my foot on the ground and really like go a whole week of doing overtime the whole week. Like, I'm not taking no days off. 7 days straight. I'm going in at 8. I'm leaving at 9. I'm sleeping. I'm going up at 8. I'm going in at 9. Like, overexhausting yourself.
If you go hard, that becomes a habit.
Yeah.
And if you lazy, that becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So I guess what we were both saying in small words, because Cal gonna get his, and we ain't even gonna give y'all Cal's gems yet, because they sold up. You know what's coming, but we ain't even got to give you that because it's bigger. It's much bigger than the Now podcast. What I'm trying to tell y'all is habits are real.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you wanna run your lap, or you wanna jog your lap, or you wanna walk your lap, that's your habit you're forming. But me, I'm sprinting.
Yep. And my mentor told me, just as it relates to habits, it takes 14 days to either break a habit or make a habit. So if you do whatever you can for like 14 days, 21 days. So I remember my mentor David Gossi, when I was in Dallas, put me on a game plan. He said, "I'll need you to go to the gym for 21 days straight at 4 a.m. in the morning." And like I was telling him last year, the only thing about accountability is when the person that you're holding accountable is accountable. He really about that life. They really about their life. So I think I made it to like day 16 doing it 4 a.m. Regardless, so he would tell you, he would say, like, if you went out on a Saturday night and you drunk, you still better get up at 4 a.m. in the morning and be in the gym. And the only thing that I hated was because every time I went at 4 a.m., I'm driving up, I see a Porsche in the parking lot of Lifetime Fitness.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I hated. And
that's what I'm tapping
That's the only thing
that's
I hated.
What I'm tapping in.
I hated the fact that I saw that man's car every time I went to the gym.
And it ain't just the Porsche, them Hummers,
all that
Maybachs. They be there at 4 a.m.
They see it all in the morning.
What time the Hondas pull up? What time do the Nissans?
Probably about,
I swear to God, that's what I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm only tapping into forget the materialistic stuff, because I've learned that too. That stuff is just to keep you in debt.
Yeah.
But let me tell you one thing. The people with them Porsches and the Maybachs there at 4 a.m., they can afford it.
Yeah.
Because you can see they habit.
Yeah.
You can see they ritual.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on.
Yeah.
Now we can get into it. Second gem for me is in 2020, I could count on one hand how many TV shows or episodes or stuff like that I was watching.
Yeah.
Didn't listen to nothing but podcasts. It's on my vision board right now. 30 days in a row, I didn't watch nothing but podcasts, and now it's natural. I get in the car, I don't listen to music.
Yeah.
I put on financial literacy podcasts. I put on my audio book. I put on some motivational podcasts. And when I tell you that really has transformed my life, Instagram. Okay, you might have somebody that triggers you.
Yeah.
You might have a person that annoys you for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They got muted. They got unfollowed. Yeah. When I tell you that changed my life, when it's a person getting under your skin, it's for a reason. Yeah. When I tell you, when I put the mute button or unfollow button, and now that does not process through my mind no more, I have now been freed to be able to now use my mind for what it's meant to get used for.
For sure.
And think about all the other things. We talk about just the things we thinking about. Walk down that aisle at Walmart. They got that marketing smacked in your face. That's why you buying what you buying.
Yeah.
When you take full control back, you develop good habits. You start to get around people that's pulling up to the gym at 4 a.m.
Yeah, for sure.
You tap into the right podcast. Shout out to the bro with the free game. I promise you, the trajectory changes quick.
And what I do, because and like you said again, what I don't want a person that's watching to do is feel like you have to rush. Like, I just told somebody this the other day, like, what is another year? Now, because I've been in my career for 2 years, now I'm looking at myself like, Calvin, like, okay, where did 2 years go? What have I been doing? What have I done? We just missed, okay, so for example.
I'm about to give you a testimony when you're done too.
So for example.
I'm going to give you a testimony to that.
To be honest, from 2010, we just passed a decade. 10 years, Laurent.
No question.
10 years in the game.
Since we've been out of high school.
10 years in the game. We graduated high school in 2010. We just passed 2020. I promise you, I could look at my brother in the face, right here, right now, and say, what have you done in 2020, like for those 10 years? And I promise you, we could look directly at each other in the face and say, bro, you know what? Like, we did a lot of the things that we said we were going to do.
We said we were going to do. No question.
I promise you.
And they didn't come quick.
At all. It took 10 years. Like, mind you, We graduated in 2010. We went to college. We graduated college 4 or 5 years.
Say we graduated the same year,
2015. Graduated in 2015. 5 years from 2015, LeBron came back to the Tone. I went to Dallas. I came back to the Tone on some newfound energy. LeBron will still be still doing his DJing thing and stuff like that. I come down here. We turn up, and I say, "Look, bro, like this is what I'm about to do." He said, "This is what I'm about to do."
Question.
And for 5 years,
we can see the fruits.
We can see that, bro. Like work has been done. So don't feel like you have to rush from what he's talking about. It might take 10 years. It might take 10 more years for us to get to where we want to go.
I got a testimony for him, see?
Yeah, bro, go
because
ahead.
It's, like you said, Cal's sweet. I ain't got nothing to be sweet about.
Yeah.
If y'all not putting bread on my table or, helping out the community
Yeah.
or stuff like that, kick rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all got a podcast now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all got a party bus now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all doing what you doing now. Okay, but let me tell you something. One, it took us 5 years. We ain't rushed. That's why it took us 5 years to graduate. We ain't rushed at all. But let me tell y'all something. I was DJing. Here go the testimony piece. I was DJing in college.
Yeah.
Had a big following.
Yeah.
I get here. This is where I'm from. I'm from Long Beach, California, San Antonio. If I go to them two places, I should have a job.
Yeah.
I sat right here and didn't DJ anything other than his events and any event that I would naturally get from my normal day job.
Yeah.
The nightlife, no respect.
Yeah.
It took me 3 years to get to 2020. And in 2020, I ain't going to tell y'all how much I made.
Yeah.
But I made more money DJing than I made on my actual day job in 2020. I made more money than my actual job. But let me tell you something. I had to sit here for 3 years. 2.5, I was doing little gigs. 3 years knowing my potential, knowing my value, sitting here hearing other people that aren't better than me. But guess what? I didn't go over here begging them to work. I didn't go to this man and beg him to do this. I sat back. I waited for my opportunity. And I must say that with a little bit of personal skills, learning how to deal with people, learning how to add value, it has paid dividends. Being patient.
But to this point too, humility. To your point, humility takes a part in that because, like if what he's saying, like you said, for 3 years he was doing this thing, and then when he wasn't
doing my
wasn't. But I mean,
but I could have been.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm saying for the humility piece, like for the opportunity that he has embarked upon, and now he, like I said, there's no question, and you could rotate back on me about telling y'all that this was the DJ in San Antonio, but that's not here or there. But the point is that it takes humility and service to actually embrace any opportunity that you come across. People will give you an opportunity. But if you're not humble about getting that opportunity, regardless if you know how great you are, Michael Jordan got kicked off his high school basketball team.
He ain't good enough for that coach.
Kobe Bryant didn't play the first 3 years of his career. So it just goes to show you, people had to play their role. But once they got in that role, you was prepared. And my mentor, again, shout out to my man Dave Gazzi.
Because he's solid,
bro. My man said the reason why Dak Prescott was able to be successful the way he is, luck is based off of preparation,
opportunity.
Like anybody could get lucky, but it's the people that succeed being lucky is because of their preparation. They was prepared for it. So Dak Prescott was a 4th round draft pick, going behind Tony Romo, which was the all-throwing leader with the Dallas Cowboys. Tony Romo go down. Dak Prescott take over the team. You know why he was successful is because he was prepared. He was prepared for that moment. He was prepared to step in and say, look, hey, you will never go back to Tony Romo. I'm your guy. To LeBron's point, he could know that he was the best dude out here the whole time. But guess what? I'm a marinate, just like we told a couple of shows ago. Like, I'm going to let this marinate. I'm going to wait. I'm going to chill. You could keep sleeping on me. You could keep doing whatever you want to do. But I promise you, you're missing out on an all-in-one package.
No question.
Missing out on LeBron versus oh, this guy gonna leave you when he ready. Oh, he got a gig in another city. He got to do X, Y, and Z. Where you could just talk to LeBron and LeBron be like, look, not only am I gonna DJ for you, I'm gonna have my team record tonight. I'm gonna have my team drive the party bus.
If they got that much money, because now I realize
the price done went up.
Yeah,
and at that time,
had you got me earlier, you'd have a better.
Bro,
package.
That's what I'm telling you. You could sleep on my Walmart kick right now.
Okay,
I've been talking about Walmart for now 3 years.
Yep.
You could sleep on that kick all you want to.
But when it happened,
my price done went up. I don't know you. You wasn't there for the journey, so don't think that you're gonna be able to get on the ride. So at the end of the day, I'm proud of my guy. He did exactly what he said he's gonna do. So therefore, I just want to like I said again, we are living what we talk. We're not talking about things that we not doing. We said we was gonna do something,
and we did
it. So that's why, again, just fumbling back to the episode 1. This is why we made this podcast, because it's a lot of people out here that have platforms or doing something, but they really capping. They selling you wolf tickets, right? I'm telling you right now, I've seen this, man. I could probably count on 10 fingers how many times me and LeBron actually hung. How many Monopoly nights did we have this past year?
Wow, that's crazy. And you gonna be mad. It ain't been many.
It ain't been much. It ain't been what we used to be doing.
Nah.
We'd have like a Monopoly night probably once a month, 2 times a month. Yeah. If a person lost
maybe
enough,
1 time this year.
Bro, we ain't playing. We don't have time for it. Hey, bro, I gotta work. Hey, bro, I'm DJing. Pull up. I'll come support you, right? Because if I'm gonna make time to at least just see my man, I'm gonna support him in what he's doing. But my point is that like and I meant to say this a couple of minutes ago when you was talking about your piece. I'm no longer being apologetic for my status.
Yeah, hell to the no.
I'm no longer being because like he said, I'm sweet. I'll be the person that's gonna be like, hey, look, bro, I'm humble. This is what you gonna see me in until you see me coming. Like I could put on a suit, but it ain't no point of me showing you something that you ain't worth to show for. So for me, I'm no longer being apologetic about where I'm at. I'm not,
Jim, and I love it. Tell him one more time. You no longer what?
I'm no longer being apologetic for where I am.
Jim.
And I'll tell you that in a minute. Like right now, just like him, for example, I'm pretty sure LeBron gonna have to start charging y'all for his time.
Oh yeah. Period.
You want an hour of my time?
That much no more.
An hour of my time, bro, is worth. I get paid X amount of dollars an hour. If anything that we talking about has nothing to do with my piece or my money.
Time value. I'm Beyonce. I'm quoting the ladies out here. Beyonce said, "Pay me in equity." If you don't know what equity mean, get you your dictionary piece.
But nah, bro. So, but to Laurent's point, I'd like I said again, just want to say I'm proud of you, bro. Like, and then
I appreciate that.
I'm proud of myself as well, bro. Like,
I'm
telling you, bro. I'm looking at this guy. I cannot lie. We literally said 10 years ago, these are the things that we wanted to accomplish. Yeah, these are the things that we wanted to do. And
I
we're
think
here.
about it from that perspective.
Bro, think about it. Bro,
with that being said,
that's a decade.
With that being said, going forward, and we about to get into kind of what we got planned for the upcoming, so y'all can hold us accountable. But before I get there, I want to remind y'all too that you do not got to sacrifice your pride. You don't got to sacrifice you do need to be humble. Don't ever play yourself. But you don't gotta sacrifice your standards. You can wait and be patient, and as long as your gold is gold, it's not finicky, it ain't fugazi. I promise you, when the opportunity hit, it's gonna hit. So with that being said, 2021 is here. It ain't no need to talk about what we made in 2020. Quite frankly, it's gone. So with that being said, what we got going on for 2021?
Man, well, I'll just say first, because we're here on the Free Game Podcast, we are recommitting ourselves, because like I said, we had to adjust. We had to step back and be able to look at, all right, so what times are more available? What's our schedules like? We have to communicate more, but we recommitted. So first here, we gonna turn up on y'all this year. So be expecting shirts, more branding, more production, different layouts, different things coming from Original Productions on the piece, on that kick. Me on the just thinking on the creative side, but we're gonna really basically like I told Laurent, bro, everything that we've touched, we've done well in. I can't tell Laurent one thing that he's done that I felt like was a fail or was he used to fail with the DJ with DJ Bananas. Shout out DJ Bananas on the hit and miss board.
Yeah, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah,
too.
but he was missing then.
Yeah,
but I can't really
appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when you got to respect the DJ and he tell you don't want to pay your request.
Yeah, it's not getting played.
Like I can't come up.
Don't do it.
If it's the early vibe, I might be able to catch a request.
Unless you got that tip, boy.
If I might be able to catch a request. But now I gotta respect this man's craft. If he feel like I can't fit that in, he can't fit that in. So recommitting to Free Game the podcast, we're gonna turn up on y'all this year for sure. As far as me, I've already been.
Before you go there, I'm coming right back to you.
Oh yeah.
We're monetizing this year too.
Oh yeah, fast.
And if you're in business, if you're serving your community and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're not getting income from it, you're moving the wrong way.
Yeah, for sure.
The Bible says be a lender, not a borrower. And we can't be a lender if we're not making no money. So I'm telling you right now, the free game gonna be in its place.
Yeah.
But we got stuff in place right now to be monetized.
Yeah,
so if you want to learn more about stock, only from our standpoint, we're going to have a paid, it ain't going to be a grip.
Yeah.
We're going to have a paid course.
Yeah.
You want to learn how to flip a bus, start a DJ or a video or a shirt company or a brand.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's a course now. You should have been tapped in later, before now to get the free.
Yeah.
But we
And
still going to give them the podcast.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But we going to have monetized content.
And as it relates to just the free game, if you are a business out there and like sponsorship, if you want to be on here, we could put your candles right here, like your whatever you got in terms of a business. Like if you support us and you think that we could, because you're dealing with two of like very established people in terms of just people that know people in San Antonio, we're gonna start asking for sponsorship. If you want to come on here, shows, put your business out here to be viewed. We do,
and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
If Breakfast Club does it,
Yeah.
we better do it.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
called
that's-
leverage.
yeah.
It's called common sense. So don't
For
even
sure.
look at it, black folk, like, oh, here they go with.
Yeah.
If you don't want to support somebody, and if you don't want to, first of all, and let's keep getting into the game, and then we're gonna get right back into the what we gonna do in 21.
Yeah.
Let me really explain something to black people, bro. Do you know that black people spend more money than any other race?
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah.
Do you know black people spend more money than any other race?
Yeah.
But yet we make the least.
Yeah.
We got the least businesses,
We getting
and
it.
so on forth. So here go a gem for y'all right now. If you want to start a business in 2021, your first research should be, what do black people spend their money on?
And two, and I'm giving y'all a real free gem right here. Pharrell
Into
Williams,
the paid course.
Pharrell Williams just got started a nonprofit to support black-owned businesses. So he's actually giving out loans and giving out information for people
Like the
that
stimulus
have
check.
black. Yeah, exactly.
You either got the LLC or you don't.
Yep. So
You either got it or you don't.
if you get an opportunity to tap in with Pharrell's doing that. I'd look into that. But yeah, bro, do you want to get on 2021 first or what?
We're going to jump into 2021. And with that being said, I'll start it. Let me tell y'all first thing about free game. We're going to kind of adapt free game. It's going to be the same. We're going to sit here and dabble. We're going to kind of let y'all know how we doing. We're going to keep it fun. We're going to start drinking a little more.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell y'all something. Those of y'all that really want to dive into the next level, we're going to have another layer. I'm going to have Original Productions Club. Cal gonna have whatever course he wants to name it.
Yeah.
We'll have some attached with free game, but we are gonna have something where we're charging. It ain't gonna be a big bag.
Yeah.
I might charge $4.99 on the full game on how to flip a bus.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. Where you gonna get that for $500?
Yeah.
Where you gonna learn how to start a t-shirt company?
Yeah.
Not a t-shirt company, a full
Yeah.
clothing co. For I don't know how much you gonna charge for your course, but we gonna film it, and it gotta cost you because it's education. And if Harvard can charge, don't look at the free game podcast and be mad at us for seeing our value and our worth.
Oh, yeah,
so
for
I just want to get that clear, because black folks, as soon as that price go up, you know what I mean, so does the expectation and all other things.
Oh yeah, but and that on the flip side is going to challenge us. It's going to be able
more
to
reputable.
Not even more reputable, just more accountable.
Yeah.
It's going to allow us to actually dive into more or less doing research and different things that we may learn, that we may be able to let y'all know, because podcasts are created simply for giving information from people's perspectives on their experiences. It's not that any podcast that you've watched, they're the god at whatever they're talking about.
Yeah,
they're
no
not.
question.
They're just talking from their experiences.
You either rock with it or you don't.
And just like, and you could quote this from Jay-Z. I'm giving you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. An album is $9.99. You buy this album, you might be able to come across $1 million worth of game. It's really simple. But for 2021, in terms of just you in general, what are you looking forward to? What's your plans? What are you things that you can express?
Whew. First of all, I don't mind giving y'all my story because I told you, like I've said in previous podcasts, if you willing to go up against me, you better bring your boots because you're gonna have to work. Because I'm gonna go as hard as I can.
Yeah.
So let me tell y'all, first of all, in 2021, everything LLC'd. I might have 4 or 5 LLCs in 2021.
Yeah.
Me and him gonna probably have an LLC for this in 2021. So I can't do anything else without it being business, without it having a operating agreement, without it having a credit card line, without it opening up a line of credit. I can't do none of that no more because it's wasting my time essentially. That's one. And I'm gonna let you go next because I don't want to go too much, and I need them to really understand that because black people like to be sole proprietors.
Yeah.
That's a business, but not really, because you operating under your social security number. So that business is you.
Yeah.
You need to get an LLC.
Yeah.
You need to be a limited liability company that operates as a business and operates their accounts.
And mind you just can't get an LLC, right? Because at first you have to get a DB. Like if indeed you want to do it the route in which you're practicing before you actually play. So like if you want to get a DBA is where you can actually attain whatever you're owning. So for example, San Antonio's very own. If I wanted to own it, but I want to see how it operates first, a DBA is doing business as, where then I'm telling the state of Texas, I'm doing business at San Antonio's very own, but I'm also able to LLC it. But the DBA will solidify that name up to 5 years. So nobody could take it, nobody could trademark it, nobody could steal it for 5 years. And if you want to make it an LLC or a patent or whatever sooner than that 5 year span, but within that 5 years, you're not getting taxed on it, right? Because unless you make an X amount of money. If you make an X amount of money while you're doing business as, that is when they'll start taxing you, and then they'll say, we're going to make, you need to make this an LLC because you've attained X amount of dollars, but in that, because they're not taxing you on it. So therefore, when you do become an LLC, that's when you're getting taxed. That's when your yearly statements have to be accurate. You have to make sure you on your game.
And
on your
we will go later.
Yeah,
in
our
and I'm sorry, it's just too much for free game. If you don't understand, how to take care of your kids, I can't give you the LLC versus DBA boy right now. You ain't even gonna understand it. Yeah. So in our monetized courses, we gonna dive deeper into the importance of a CPA, into the importance of an attorney, into the importance of having your ducks in a row. That way you can move like the people that are financially free.
So
one goal, 21.
Goals. So I'm gonna tell you, and I actually released this on one of my homeboys' podcasts. Shout out to my man Derek on the radio podcast. I think it's the Barber Cave podcast. But so I'm actually following through with my political aspirations for 2022. Okay. So this year, you're gonna see less of me in terms of like doing things that I don't believe are in the warm-ups to being a politician or being in politics. So therefore, this year is all about getting my ducks in a row. This Walmart move gonna have to show me some growth in that conversation, because that's what I'm depending on in terms of my bag outside of me doing my political aspirations. So that's one of my goals this year. So that's that.
I'm moving to Houston.
Oh man,
I know a lot of people. If you rock with me, because I don't rock with a lot of people, unfortunately. I really wish I had more friends, but it's tough, right? Yeah. Anywho, I'm moving. Okay. I can't do it no more, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna still have my house. My dog's staying here. Yeah. I'm not uprooting and leaving like I did more so in college, but I'm expanding. I'm scaling. I have to move around because I've realized through all the work. it's not enough. I got a ceiling here.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I don't expand, and I'll give y'all the game, and if it changed, I'll let you know it changed. But right now, I'm projecting Houston, July, August range, and then I'm gonna do that for a year while still bouncing back. We're not too far, and then I'm going to Atlanta. I'm trying to make movies.
Yeah.
I have ran up a bag DJing, and I've realized I'm way bigger than a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a cool little bag. Okay, teaching, 6 years teaching.
Yeah.
Kids come up to me, Mr. Hendo, love it. Great. Bigger than that too. So what I had to realize is, and you never too big for this, because you got to reach back.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to make movies.
Yeah.
I want to create something one time that I can get paid for the continuous rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm bringing to y'all. And what I'll say too is, to help y'all out with y'all's journey, is that I don't know how I'm going to do it yet.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, I'm not scared. And I can tell y'all right now, I'm going to pull up every rug, every piece of paper that I need to flip in order to learn, every podcast or every investment I need to make. If I need to move to Atlanta to get around actors, if I need to move to Houston, if I need to pay for the course, it's done. Because now I figured out where I need to be. Now the difference is just, the difference between here and there is the work in between.
Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly y'all heard it first. This is breaking news. And so what inspired? Let me ask you, what inspired you to consider, or if indeed you have already made your mind, what actually inspired it? Was it more or less like you visualizing that you are bigger, or is it more or less like you acknowledging like what your dreams are? Is it more or less like your dreams are more or less
both? And I think move is the wrong word.
Yeah.
Transition and expand is probably the better word, because I live here. My dad lives one street over from me.
Yeah.
Okay. If you came to my house, if you saw how none of this is leaving.
Yeah.
I'm not picking none of this up.
Yeah.
The dog's staying, everything's staying here. But what I mean is I needed to expand.
Yeah.
So my real estate, San Antonio's real estate ain't the greatest.
Yeah.
Okay. So I needed to expand my market there. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is, and this is the game. This is the game. I'm not moving until I can move into a property that's conducive and appropriate and a win-win for me. So I'm in no rush.
Yeah.
It could be July, it could be December.
Yeah.
But I'm telling y'all, when I move to Houston, I'm moving in a 2-family property at minimum. Okay? I'm going to stay out of one. My renter going to be paying the mortgage on it. They going to be paying X amount.
Yeah.
Okay, might even be able to get 2 properties when I go out there, but I'm moving down there with a plan.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm moving down there to expand Original Productions, the DJ and Party Bus and Video Boy. I'm moving down there to start my real estate plan, because San Antonio is just not conducive enough for it. Okay, it's not fertile enough for the seeds that I'm trying to sow.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is don't be scared to go to where it is fertile.
Yeah.
So that's the real reason why I'm expanding.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'll say is I'm 20.
Yeah.
I ain't got kids yet. If I don't do it now, when am I going to do it?
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not leaving, but you got to... I think if you can't sit down at a certain... and evaluate and then make a decision, you're going to get trapped.
Yeah.
Because that's where I was. I said, this is cool, but... I saw 5 years down the line. I said, if I kept doing this, this is the max I can get. Not good enough.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I get a little event center, or this is the max I can get.
Yeah.
Wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
I did my homework and I said, I got to expand.
Hey, well, I mean, more power to you, because again, I mean, that's why I moved back to San Antonio. Not saying that Dallas was, I love Dallas, right? But my mind, for the things that I want to accomplish, is more or less like, if I'm going to do something that's influential to anybody, I'm going to do it back from where I'm from. So that's why I moved back. So therefore, it's not a problem with expanding. It's not a problem with moving. Like you said, if you have a plan. Yeah, as long as you have a plan.
See, in movies, who's doing movies here in San Antonio?
No,
and that's my thing. I need to make movies.
Yeah.
I want to tell stories.
Yeah.
I want to make people smile, and I want people to feel and learn through vision, through multimedia, through production. And I can't do that here.
Yeah.
I can't build the team here.
So when y'all see Original Productions on the Apple TV, on movies,
you heard it first. I had to pick up. I had to, and don't ever play yourself.
Yeah.
This is my house. This is my Ace Boone Coon right here. I'm gonna be right back here. This is where it start. But what I'll say is think about, and I will never say Christopher Columbus because y'all know the game. Yeah. Bro ain't found this spot. Yeah. But let's use him. Bro had to kiss baby girl goodbye in order to discover new land. Yeah. That didn't mean he was never coming back. Mm-hmm. But it meant you had to pick yourself up with the courage, with the tenacity, with the aggressiveness to move, to expand, to grow, and then you can come back and bring more game. Yeah. And I just think that that's my play because I don't think movies is booming here. I don't think real estate moving here. And those are the two things that I'm trying to solidify.
That's what's up, bro. I think I know you can do it, right? You've done it already. But I mean, so do you have any other plans?
No, it's your turn. What you got? 21 goals, because we got to set the bar.
I mean, for me, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Real quick, bro. These last couple of months, I hit a level of complacency. I got complacent. I told myself, I said, bro, and I'm gonna be completely frank. Money made me complacent.
Yeah, it does that. It really do.
Money made me complacent. These past 3 months, I told somebody, I said, I didn't touch my brand. I didn't put like the same energy that I had. The same energy that I had
when I started.
Not even when I started, just even 2 years ago. I'm looking at, like, and Facebook is great for reminding you. Right? I get on Facebook. Hey, 2 years ago you was here.
Yeah, no question. They
2 years ago you was doing this. 3 years ago you was doing that. 5 years ago you was, and I'm just like, where did that energy go? Why don't I have it? And all I could blame is money. All I could blame is, bro, I got complacent with the money. And so, because of that, that's why I love how I am, because the person I am is, it takes me a couple of months. It takes me 2-3 months to refocus myself, to get recommitted to something, to really find that, to refine that energy that I once had. It's still there. Cause trust me, like I've always said, you just gotta recommit. You gotta, like he said earlier, you gotta unfollow the distractions. I can't go out as much as
that was so big for me.
I can't go out as much because I started to realize when I go out, I'm spending bags. Yeah, I'm spending money where I'm like,
that's money bag, yo.
I'm spending. Don't do that. I'm spending money where I'm just like, Calvin. Yeah, I'm just living. I'm living the carefree money life.
No question.
I'm like, bro, I don't even care whatever. Like, so I found myself like, you know, I didn't
get complacent and had to get up out of that.
I don't like the word complacent because I was still busting my ass. It was more or less like I didn't care. What do I need to put another hoodie up for? I'm making bread. I'm getting money. I don't need to get make another hoodie. I don't need to make these. But I know, and this is competition. This is competition, Cal. I'm looking at other brands, and I'm like, all right,
adapting. They
like
constantly,
cool, like, you know what I'm saying. They not even adapting. It's more or less like seeing somebody, like you seeing a baby trying to walk. Like I see, no, and I'm not no diss, but this is competition to me. Where I'm looking at it like, I know I don't have no competition. I know when I turn, just like you, like looking at the other DJs that I know ain't better than me. I'm just like, okay, like cool, all right. I see where y'all going. I see what you doing. I see you.
I see the market value.
I see you. Don't make me turn up. Yeah, don't make me then go back in my back. Because like you said, if you gonna go against me, you gonna have to lace up your boots. Because it's wartime. But I found myself getting complacent with money. And I had to refocus. I didn't get a pool table in my house for nothing. I didn't buy my own hookah for nothing. I didn't buy like certain things the amenities in my house. I didn't put those there for me to exercise going out. I put those in my house to be at home and to stay locked in. So for me, just like I was telling Laurent pre-recording, I was just like, bro, recommitting, refocusing, because I got off track. And I'm not afraid to admit it, right? But the truth is, we right back in it.
Yeah, it don't take long.
It don't take long. My mentor told me, shout out to David again, He said, Calvin, when you hit we all get complacent. I said to my year to date this year, Calvin, proud of you, another year you successfully made. But let me tell you, have fun with it, enjoy it, but don't let
Get back to that dog.
Exactly. Because he's like, bro, I could have stopped when I made my first meal.
Yeah, it gets
and the first thing he told me about retirement was, he was like, I'm never going to retire. Jerry Jones is a multi-billionaire. And that man's still working. Still making moves. He said, so you're not retiring, right? So as long as I have a dog in me, and that's what I love about people, or just about people that I love in general, like LaRon, like myself, like my mama husband, like my mom. Like, when you talking to hustlers, bro, we gonna get out of focus sometime because we caught up in that time. But bro, don't ever fool yourself when you talking to LeBron and feel like, oh, just because so I'm in the playoffs, LeBron, you older now, you ain't gonna win this year. Don't get LeBron twisted. Like, bro, I do this. This is what I do.
And if you really think about what we talking, it's really love that y'all got this podcast, because it ain't many black ones that's gonna break it down and give it to you in a way that you can chew it up.
Yeah.
Because really, we giving it to you exactly how we do it. We talking about hustlers. What do hustlers do?
Yeah.
I done gave y'all 2 of my goals already, and they coincide right with the streets.
Yeah.
For real though. What my first goal was, what? We gonna LLC it up.
Yeah.
On the streets, that's what? We need more block boys.
Yeah.
I can't do it by myself. I gotta get a business in order to take advantage and multiply. I gotta get more block boys. I gotta go partner up with them, let them know that I'm the baddest on the street.
We gotta have front. We gotta have drugs.
Yeah, we don't do none of that, but I'm making it make sense.
Yeah.
What's number 2? I said I'm expand. You can't take over New York or Texas just on your block. On your block. What did I say I was trying to do? I said I had to pick up for where I normally reside and expand. And here go the last one that really is my goal for, and it'll never stop. In 2021, I'm not buying, and I will buy Gucci and YSL and all that good stuff. But let me tell you what, I'm not going to buy it at the same rate. The block, the hustle, what does a hustler do when he get money? He reinvests it. Yeah. You don't reinvest your money, how you gonna make it for the next week? Mm-hmm. All my money now is going to the market. Every loose end going to the real estate game. Yeah. Every loose end going to a course. Mm-hmm. You think you too good to pay for that man course? Mm-hmm. That man knows something you don't want. Mm-hmm. I mean, he knows something you don't know. Mm-hmm. You better go put your money into those.
Yeah, for sure.
So those are my 3 things. I'm telling y'all, everything is LLC'd up. Mm-hmm. It's partnershiped up with the real black and white. Mm-hmm. Everything is expansion. What is the scalability? I don't want to have to work my sweat equity and that be the only way I get paid now. Mm-hmm. I know how to do that. I'm past that. And the third is every loose dollar that I have, mm-hmm. I'm not buying Nike sweatsuits no more. And you know I will, but I'm telling you the mentality is I'm not. Yeah. That money firstly is going towards the investment categories I just mentioned.
Yeah. And even if you, like I said again, if you're uneducated about what he's talking about, then, another thing you can do is also just invest in yourself. Invest in something that you got doing. Like I said, if you got this last stimulus check, if you don't have nothing to just use it for, hey man, you know what? Let me put it aside to invest in something else. Like whatever I plan on doing. I would say lastly, my third goal is completing more books.
Yeah.
This last year, I actually read 2 books, and that was, like I said again, I take small steps because for me, I'm not unrealistic. Like, I actually live a realistic life. Like, I don't think like, all right, cool, I've never been a reader, I'm gonna complete 30 books in 1 year. You gotta prepare for things like that. So this past year, I read 2 books. I read the Jay-Z book, and I read that book that me and Alex had started that book club on, the Levels of Success. Like, those are the 2 books I read. I mean,
and that's education.
Yeah,
that's
and
knowledge.
For me, it's just like, all right, cool. I completed those books. Now it shows me that I can read. I can actually, not that I can read, but now I'm able to actually.
But you're right though.
Yeah, I can complete it.
Some people can read, but you ain't never read.
And one thing that I had a problem with reading was that kind of like the Bible, it's hard to comprehend what you read. So therefore, I was doing like book reviews after. So when Michael Eric Dyson would say Jay-Z used, Ghetto 1 over Ghetto 2, like what did you mean when you said those things? What was your perspective when you said it? Because when I read it, I was just thinking you was talking about one person there and another person here. So these are the things that I want to accomplish this year. And so my third thing and lastly would just be reading more.
I love that.
I do want to read more.
Because it comes with a snowball effect.
Yeah.
It's just like when you take your $600 stimulus.
Mm-hmm.
You could go buy some shoes for baby girl or your kids, whatever, and that's love. But guess what? They're going to run them joints to death. Mm-hmm. But when you invest in the market, that investment comes with a effect. Mm-hmm. That effect makes you check your phone every day. Yeah. It makes you study the business. Yeah. It naturally makes you do the things that you should do. Yeah. When you read a book, if you got the right mentality, it makes you want to look at it from different perspectives.
For sure.
It makes you want to do the things that you should do. One good habit can make you start 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
So in closing, I will say, the last thing I'll say will be, in terms of the podcast, I'm not worried about quality no more. Mm-hmm. I used to be worried about how many cameras we got. Are they? I'm telling y'all right now, we just gonna give y'all the content. Okay? If this light shut off and the light shut off, it'll just be audio. Yeah. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't have time to focus on quality no more. Because quality is not changing your life. Yeah. Quality ain't got me no money on YouTube yet. Yeah. But what I realize now is if I give you the gym, that's what's going to get us paid. Yeah. The gym is what's going to get you where you want to go. So don't be worried about, the set ain't going to get no better probably.
Hey, look, I was always told money never looks like money. Money looks like no money. You go to them clubs, that person that's over there in the corner with that white t-shirt, blue jeans, and Skechers, he got the money.
That's real.
So, it ain't, like I said, you go on YouTube right now, see a low-budget quality video, it got over 3 million views.
And they making money.
So
this podcast doing the most.
Which is funny. Like I said, again, it just goes back to our natural habitat. Don't fool yourself. Don't think that, this has to be spectacular for people to think that I'm winning off of. No, bro, that's a lie. Stop it. Like, we don't have to do those things. We're getting older. We're more mature. And I'll tell you now, like I said again, I don't have to show you that, what my closet look like. I know what my closet look like. And I know that if I have to put on a suit, I can hang one. I don't have to, prove it to you. It don't matter about, whatever. You can make a YSL look just like say, them shoes that was in Walmart, they will get shoes that Shaq shoes do the same thing.
No question.
They on your foot. They run. You can run, jump. It's just, they may look different, but it's whatever you champion, bro.
It's about you and what's important to you.
Exactly. That's it.
You feel me? In closing, we gave a lot tonight, and it was the first one back for a while, so due diligence. But in closing, I just want to say appreciate y'all for whoever does listen. And it ain't been a lot of y'all. So the ones that are, man, I really appreciate y'all because I put a lot of work into this. Yeah. And, I appreciate that. No need to say anything else. And going forward, just hold us accountable. Continue to help promote. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we can't do this on our own. And then lastly, just be healthy. Remember that, we in the field out here. Yeah. And I watch Power, and we ain't going to get into it. But what I learned from Power, because we already at an hour, is this a doggy-dog world out here. And if you don't think it's a doggy-dog world out here, hey, man, you tripping. Hey. So stay caught up. Stay on your tiptoes.
Stay vigilant in your walk. But I'll tell you, bro, Power, man. Hey, look, bro.
Couldn't help it.
Power, bro. All I will say is that loyalty is everything. That's the only thing I always continue to get from Power is just like the people that you are loyal to. Like people go through some things where like our differences will really have us like separated. But the loyalty will be the thing that bring us back together. Where it's just like, bro, I can't see LeBron go bad with that. Or I can't see Cal go take an L with that. Like I'm not gonna let LeBron get into some funny business with these people that I know is not right. Or I ain't gonna let Cal, get his photos done by this photographer that I know ain't right. Regardless if me and him are at odds or not, I'm not gonna let nobody win on you. I'm not gonna let nobody, and that's all like I keep getting for power. But in closing for me, if you hear 2021, man, thank God, thank the man upstairs, thank whoever you believe in, whoever your faith is. But man, we here, make the best of it. This is the fresh start that you've been wanting. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, meditate, open them, and then get to work, bro. But 2021, we coming. Hope you coming too. We definitely coming, bro. So that's all I gotta say, man.
Who is it? See, it's DJ Original. Look, it's Free Game the podcast. We might have a slight little something on the name to try to stay away from copyright.
We
gonna keep y'all up to date, but we will see y'all